इस क्वेश्चन में कहा गया है कि fx इज इक्वल टू x प्लस 1 होल स्क्वायर माइनस 1 where x is greater than or equal to minus 1, then the set fx equal to f inverse x is। कहने का मतलब fx इक्वल टू f इनवर्स x, इस इक्वेशन को सॉल्व करना है और x की वैल्यू निकालनी है। टू डू इट आई स्टार्ट फ्रॉम fx इक्वल टू f इनवर्स x। I operate both sides by f। I get f of fx is equal to x because f of f inverse x is x, ये तो पता ही होगा आपको। Now fx is x plus 1 whole square minus 1, therefore f of fx becomes fx plus 1 whole square minus 1 equal to x। This implies that x plus 1 square minus 1 plus 1 whole square equal to x plus 1। That is, I get x plus 1 whole to the power 4 equal to x plus 1। That is, I get x plus 1 into x plus 1 cube minus 1 equal to 0। That is, I get x equal to minus 1 or x plus 1 minus 1 into x plus 1 whole square plus x plus 1 plus 1 equal to 0। That is, I get x equal to minus 1 or x equal to 0 from here, or x plus 1 whole square plus x plus 1 plus 1 equal to 0। x plus 1 में क्वाड्रेटिक है, I can say x plus 1 equal to minus 1 plus minus under root 1 minus 4 by 2। That is, I get x equal to plus minus under root 3i by 2, and the answers are this: x equal to minus 1। These are the answers, else the choice A becomes the correct choice। इस क्वेश्चन को मैंने देखा है कि बहुत सारी बुक्स में इसको ऐसे किया गया है। They say that the solution of fx equal to f inverse x and solution of fx equal to x are always same। इसका सॉल्यूशन और इसका सॉल्यूशन दोनों का सॉल्यूशन सेम होता है। लेकिन ये कॉन्सेप्ट गलत है। कभी कभी इसके रूट से ज्यादा भी आ जाते हैं। ये कोई जरूरी नहीं है कि ज्यादा रूट कॉम्प्लेक्स रूट हो। कभी कभी ऐसा भी होता है इस इक्वेशन के नंबर ऑफ रियल रूट इससे ज्यादा भी हो सकते हैं। इट आल्सो हैपन्स समटाइम्स। ऐसा कौन सी सिचुएशन में होता है? यदि आपने समझना हो तो इसका थ्योरी एंड प्रॉब्लम्स का एडवांस लेवल का फंक्शन का वीडियो लेक्चर अटेंड करो, उसमें मैंने ये बात एक्सप्लेन की है। इस क्वेश्चन में कहा गया है fx इज इक्वल टू मॉड ऑफ px माइनस क्यू प्लस r इंटू मॉड x वेयर p q एंड r are positive. It assumes its minimum value only at one point. You have to find the correct choice. Before I do this, मैंने अभी बताया था मेरा मेथ लेवल का और एडवांस लेवल दोनों लेक्चर्स के अंदर मैंने ये वाला कॉन्सेप्ट बताया है, मॉड ऑफ एक्स माइनस अल्फा प्लस मॉड ऑफ एक्स माइनस बीटा। यहां पे इवन नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स हो तो ग्राफ थोड़ा अलग होता है, ऑड नंबर ऑफ टर्म्स हो तो ग्राफ थोड़ा सा अलग होता है। ये है दो टर्म्स हो या चार टर्म्स हो या छह टर्म्स हो तो ग्राफ थोड़ा सा डिफरेंट आता है। लेकिन इसमें दो टर्म्स हैं तो ग्राफ कैसा आएगा? यहां पे अल्फा पे ग्राफ टर्न करेगा, अल्फा पे y की वैल्यू क्या आएगी? वो होगी मॉड ऑफ अल्फा माइनस बीटा, दैट इज दिस। और बीटा पे आंसर सेम आएगा। यहां का y कोऑर्डिनेट हो गया मॉड ऑफ अल्फा माइनस बीटा और यहां का x कोऑर्डिनेट बीटा, y कोऑर्डिनेट सेम मॉड ऑफ अल्फा माइनस बीटा। नाउ द ग्राफ ऐसे आएगा, ऐसे और ऐसे जाएगा। तो जब भी यहां पे दो टर्म्स हो ग्राफ ड्रा करना बिल्कुल आसान होता है। लेकिन इस प्रेजेंट सिचुएशन में अल्फा और बीटा के बीच की कोई भी वैल्यू हो, value of y will be minimum for all the values of x between alpha and beta. Present situation में it can be written as mod of x minus q by p plus r into mod x। अब यदि P और R सेम हुए तो P और कॉमन आ जाएगा, P कॉमन आ गया, ग्राफ आ जाएगा Q by P और 0 पे टर्न करेगा। यदि P और R बराबर हुए, इट कैन बी रिटन एज Q by P प्लस मॉड एक्स और P कॉमन आ गया तो कांस्टेंट कॉमन आने से ग्राफ की शेप में चेंज कभी भी नहीं आता, ग्राफ की शेप वही रहती है। ग्राफ ऑफ एफ एक्स और ग्राफ ऑफ लैम्डा एफ एक्स प्रोवाइडेड लैम्डा इज पॉजिटिव, ग्राफ की शेप में चेंज नहीं आता फॉर एवरी वैल्यू ऑफ लैम्डा प्रोवाइडेड लैम्डा इज पॉजिटिव। ये तो आपको ग्राफ पे पढ़ा ही होगा आपने। तो इसका ग्राफ Q बाय P पे टर्न करेगा और जीरो पे, x का मतलब x माइनस जीरो, अब जीरो पे टर्न करेगा और Q बाय P पे टर्न करेगा, लेकिन Q बाय P आगे आएगा क्योंकि Q एंड P बोथ आर पॉजिटिव, therefore Q बाय P इज पॉजिटिव। ये हो गया Q बाय P वाला पॉइंट। ये वो केस लेके चल रहा हूं, यदि P और R बराबर हुए, ग्राफ की शेप जो है ये आ जाएगी, और ये शेप आने का मतलब जीरो से लेकर Q बाय P इन सारी वैल्यूज के लिए y की वैल्यू सेम और मिनिमम रहेगी। तो P इक्वल टू R में इट इज नॉट अलाउड, क्योंकि हमको चाहिए मिनिमम ओनली एट वन पॉइंट। अब सेकेंड केस, इफ P इज नॉट इक्वल टू R, ये चीज मैंने ग्राफ वाले लेक्चर में एक्सप्लेन कर दी है। यदि Q P के बराबर नहीं होगा, ग्राफ ऐसे आके ऐसे जाएगा या ऐसे जाके ऐसे जाएगा। ये वाला पॉइंट होगा वही Q बाय P। और y कोऑर्डिनेट कुछ भी हो, ये ग्राफ आएगा या ये ग्राफ आएगा, तो मिनिमम जो है या तो जीरो पे आएगा या फिर Q बाय P पे आएगा। तो द रिक्वायर्ड कंडीशन इट assumes its minimum value only at one point, provided P is not equal to R, hence the choice C becomes the correct choice। इस क्वेश्चन को मैंने हर एक बुक में बहुत लेंथी वे से करते हुए देखा है। सबने इसको रीडिफाइन करके ग्राफ ड्रा किया है, जो कि बहुत ही लेंथी पड़ जाता है। इन दैट वे इट इज नेवर एन ऑब्जेक्टिव क्वेश्चन। दिस इज अ प्रॉपर वे ऑफ डूइंग द क्वेश्चन। हो सकता है कि कुछ बच्चों को ये ठीक से समझ ना आया हो, इसके लिए मैं आपसे रिक्वेस्ट करूंगा कि ग्राफ का ये वाला कॉन्सेप्ट जो है मैंने मेन लेवल और एडवांस लेवल के ग्राफ में दोनों में एक्सप्लेन किया है। सीधा लेक्चर ऑफ ग्राफ ऑफ मेन लेवल और एडवांस। इस क्वेश्चन में कहा गया है एफ इज डिफाइंड फॉर ऑल वैल्यूज ऑफ x greater than 0 and it is a continuous function। f(x) satisfies this condition for all values of x and y, and f e equal to 1 is also given। You have to find the correct choice। Remember this thing, that this condition is satisfied only by the function f(x) equal to lambda log x, where lambda is a constant। Remember this formula। and fe equal to 1 is also given. Therefore 1 equal to log e into lambda, that is I get lambda equal to 1. Therefore we have got the conclusion that fx equal to log x. Therefore fx is bounded is wrong, because as x tends to 0, fx tends to minus infinity. We know this thing. And as x tends to infinity, log x tends to infinity. ये ग्राफ क्लियर है. ये ग्राफ होता है with base e. Here the base must be e. Here I have supposed that base is e. If base is not e, then lambda will be a constant different from 1. But fx will be surely of this form for this condition to be satisfied. And clearly there is no any and as x turns to infinity, log x turns to infinity, hence the function is not bounded. And next is the second possibility we have to check. And first choice is fx is bounded is wrong choice. Now the next is f1 by x tends to 0 as x tends to 0, because we have got fx equal to log x. f1 by x will be log of 1 by x, that is equal to minus log x. It is clear that as x tends to 0, this whole tends to infinity. We know that as x tends 0, log x tends to minus infinity, the whole tends to infinity, but it is given that f1 by x tends to 0, therefore this is also wrong. Third choice is x fx tends to 1. X fx means y equal to x log x. It is given that x log x tends to 1 as x tends to 0. Let us check. Limit x tends to 0, x log x. It is clear that x must tend to 0 plus, because for x tends to 0 minus, log x will be undefined. Hence here limit as x tends to 0 is automatically means x tends to 0 plus. Therefore now limit x tends to 0 plus, because it is of the form this part tends to minus infinity, this part tends to 0, therefore it is of the form 0 into infinity. Because it is of the form 0 into infinity, we will bring it in the form of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity. You can bring in any form. Whichever is convenient, we bring that form. Because it is convenient to bring x in the denominator. That is log x upon 1 by x. Now as x tends to 0, the numerator tends to minus infinity, denominator tends to infinity, that is, it is infinity by infinity form. And you must have studied in the chapter of limit, when infinity by infinity comes, then we use L'Hopital's rule. I agree the spelling of L'Hopital's rule, but the correct pronunciation is L'Hopital's rule because H is silent. But some persons name it as L'Hopital's rule, but it is not the correct spelling. The correct spelling are these. You must have studied L'Hopital's rule says that whenever the question is in the form of 0 by 0 or infinity by infinity, we take the derivative in numerator and denominator separately. This becomes limit x tends to 0 plus 1 by x upon minus 1 by x square. I have taken the derivative in numerator and denominator separately. Don't think that I have to find the derivative. Normal derivative will be found by quotient rule. Main thing is I have not to use quotient rule. I have to take the derivative in numerator and denominator separately. This is a L'Hopital's rule. Now I get limit x tends to 0 plus and minus x, which tends to 0, but it is given that x fx tends to 1 as x tends 0, hence the choice C becomes correct choice. Therefore fx equal to log x. You can see easily that fx equal to log x. I will say that you must be intelligent enough to see the correct choice. Just by looking at the choice, we can say that this is satisfied by log x, hence D becomes the correct choice, and because D is correct, automatically it is not required to check for ABC because it was a question of screening. In IIT entrance, there was a exam called screening, and in screening only single answer correct were there. Therefore, we can say fx equal to log x, hence it is not required to check the other choice. It is given that the function f takes 1 to infinity into 1 to infinity. That is, domain is also 1 to infinity, codomain is also 1 to infinity, and defined by this, then f inverse x is, that is, you have to find the inverse function of this. You must be knowing that to find the inverse function, first we write y for fx. and your target is to find the value of x in terms of y. I take log with base 2 because in all the choices log with base 2 is there, and otherwise also it is convenient to take base 2 because log 2 to the base 2 is 1, and for finding the value of x in terms of y, we will be required to take log on both sides, and therefore log 2 will come. If I take the log with base 2, I get log 2 to the base 2. That is, I get log y equal to log of 2 to the power x into x minus 1. That is, I get log y equal to x into x minus 1. That is, I get x square minus x minus log y equal to 0. That is, I get x equal to 1 plus minus under root 1 plus 4 log y upon 2. This is the value of x in terms of y. Now the question arises whether we have to take 1 plus or 1 minus, or both are inverse functions. No, both cannot be the inverse function. Either plus or minus is to be taken, but it is given that x belongs to 1 to infinity. These are the possible values of x. Hence, 1 plus will come, 1 minus will be having the value less than 1. Therefore, we will be rejecting the minus sign, and we will get x equal to 1 plus under root 4 log y by 2, and for and positive here, the value of this will be greater than 1 because log y will be positive number. Why? Because y belongs to 1 to infinity. Therefore, log y is sure to be a positive number. Therefore, the numerator is sure to be greater than or equal to 2. Hence, the value of this whole will become greater than or equal to 1. And lastly, we have to replace x by y and y by x. We get 1 plus under root 1 plus 4 log x upon 2. Correct choice is B. This question says that f takes R into R. That is, domain is real number, codomain is also set of real numbers, and f is any function. Similarly, G takes R into R and defined by Gx equal to mod of fx for all x, then G is. These are the choices onto if f is onto and so on. Actually, this is clearly wrong because you must be knowing that onto function means range is equal to codomain. If range is equal to codomain, function is said to be onto. Fx is any function, and it is given that gx is onto if fx is onto. Clear that because fx is any function, it can be easily onto. There are infinite number of onto functions. Example is fx equal to x cube. It is clearly onto function because the graph of x cube is, ये मैं सपोज करके चल रहा हूं कि आपको 1 onto का मीनिंग क्लियर है. यदि आपको ये भी क्लियर नहीं है तो मैं आपको बोलूंगा कि आप जेईई एडवांस का ये लेक्चर अटेंड करने के काबिल नहीं हो. पहले आप बोर्ड लेवल और मेंस लेवल कर लो, उसके बाद ही यहाँ पे आओ. fx is equal to x cube is clearly onto function, and now gx equal to mod of x cube is clearly not onto because range of this function is 0 to infinity, but codomain is R. Here range is proper subset of codomain, hence the function gf is not onto, and it is not 1 also because the graph of any modulus function is always symmetrical about axis. For example, the same function will have the graph as this. You must be knowing that the graph of x here is also similar. Slight change is there. The graph of mod of x cube is this thing, and 1 if f is 1 it is clearly wrong because here this function is clearly 1 because the graph is always increasing. The function for which graph is always increasing, that function is always 1. But the graph of gx is decreasing also and increasing also. The graph which is decreasing also and increasing also cannot be 1, hence second choice also becomes, and third is a theorem that if fx is continuous, mod of fx will also be continuous is a theorem, hence C becomes the correct choice. But there is no any theorem like that gx is differentiable if f is differentiable. For example, very easy case is y equal to x is a straight line and it is a differentiable function, but y equal to mod x graph is this, it is having corner at 0, therefore it is not differentiable at 0. Hence, D also becomes here fx. This is the graph of fx. This is the graph of mod fx. This is differentiable and this is not differentiable. And gx is differentiable if f is differentiable is wrong choice. But once we have got the correct choice, it is not required to check the fourth choice. Still, for clarity purpose, I have checked the D part. इस क्वेश्चन में पूछा गया है कि डोमेन ऑफ डेफिनेशन ऑफ fx given by this relation is, that is, first we will find the value of y in terms of x, and afterwards we will find the domain. Therefore, to find the value of y in terms of x, first I take 2 to the power x on right hand side. I get 2 minus 2 to the power x, and taking log with base 2 on both sides, I get y log 2 to the base 2 equal to log of 2 minus 2 to the power x. It is clearly 1, therefore y equal to log of 2 minus 2 to the power x. And for this function to be defined, 2 minus 2 to the power x must be greater than 0, क्योंकि log जो है 0 या नेगेटिव पे ऑपरेट नहीं करता, which implies that 2 to the power x is less than 2. Now, taking log on both sides with base 2, I get log 2 to the power x less than log 2 to the base 2. I have taken log with base 2 on both sides. X will come forward, log 2 to the base 2 will be 1, and here it is also 1. Therefore, x is sure to be less than 1 only. This is the condition. Hence, the correct choice is D choice. इस क्वेश्चन में कहा गया है कि gx is equal to 1 plus x minus box x, and fx is equal to this. Then for all x, f of gx is equal. It is known to you that x minus box x is always greater than or equal to 0. ये तो आपको पता ही होगा, और इसलिए 1 plus x minus box x is greater than or equal to 1. And now writing gx on both sides, here f of gx becomes -1 if gx is less than 0, 0 if gx equal 0, 1 if gx is greater than 0. It is clear that gx is greater than or equal to 1. Because gx is greater than or equal to 1, it means gx is a positive number. Or because gx is positive, f of gx will be surely this whatever is the value of x. x कुछ भी हो, ये ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल 0 होता है, ये आपको पता होगा, नहीं पता तो याद रख लो। तो x की हर एक वैल्यू के लिए ये ग्रेटर देन और इक्वल टू 1 हुआ, and therefore gx is greater than 0 for all x, hence f of gx is 1.